Okay, let's try it now. I think that's better. All right, welcome everyone to Forex Basics. We do this class on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8. And the screen that you're looking at now, I'll start with just a 5-minute overview or recap of everything that Tradera has to offer, which is highlighted in the golden honey mustard boxes on the right. And then I'll go over what we cover in this class, and that will kind of tell you why we have created it. But looking to the right, uh, the meat and potatoes of Tradera is the complete back office education. There are two sections in particular, the Forex section, which is a wonderful kind of overview. You can get through that fairly quickly, mainly PDFs that you can view that will tell you what Forex is, what we are actually trading, just some very high level knowledge that will kind of introduce you to all the various subjects. And then the meat of it is in the technical analysis. And these are videos that the CEOs, Cody and Easton, have put together themselves. They do a phenomenal job of just explaining all the concepts really well. And then they actually dive into the charts so that the knowledge is very, very practical. It's not all in theory. And trust me, I know, because when I started Forex over 3 years ago, I spent 6 months studying, and I thought I knew everything that I needed to know. And then when I started trying to actually trade in a live account, I realized I didn't have a strategy. So hats off to the owners for creating a back office that has very usable and practical information in it. So don't be afraid to jump into that back office, which, by the way, we're getting a facelift. So next July 6th or 7th, I believe, is the new launch for that back office where everything is going to be bigger and better. So I'm excited about that. And Tradera's master trader is Derek Conway, 6 to 7 figure trader full time, and he conducts his live classes Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. And the way you connect to his classes is to actually log into the back office and click on live trading sessions, and you'll see a join link for his Zoom classes. So that's where you'll find me Sunday through Thursday, me and my team, and I have adopted him as my mentor, and he has definitely made me a profitable trader on a daily basis. So hats off to Derek. And then there are other live sessions as well. You have Coach Max, you have Ryan DeFreitas. They do sessions normally 8 a.m. Eastern for the New York session, and then in the evenings about 9 p.m. for the Asian session. And then there are other Telegram groups, specifically Tradera Pitmasters, and that's run by Clyde Fisher and Brenda Isern, top traders as well. So lots of good things happening here in Tradera. Now I want to focus your attention on the circles in blue. So what you'll get here in the Forex Basics classes are just more intros so that you don't feel overwhelmed when you go to everything that Tradera has to offer. The goal with these Tuesday and Thursday classes is to kind of whet your appetite, sort of give you an appetizer, sort of ease you into this world of Forex that can seem like a foreign language or a second language. So that's our purpose, just to introduce you to some of the concepts so that when you go to your back office and when you go to those live trainings, hopefully you would have heard some of the concepts before, you would have seen TradingView so that it won't be overwhelming or intimidating. All right, so what we go over here for every class, we'll show you how to open up your demo account, how to download MT4, that's where you actually take the trades. We'll talk about the trade alerts, how to take those, and we'll give you sort of the beginning steps to pulling up TradingView. TradingView is an online app where we go to look at the different pairs that we want to trade and see if there are any good trade setups. Then we actually go to our phone or computer to actually take the trade. And then when you're ready, we can show you how to open your live account. All right, so that's a little bit about what we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll give you a quick overview of the format. So in about a minute, for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll cover something new and or important. And then I'll go over what we cover in every class, which are those demo steps, how to get you started taking the Tradera Trade Alerts in your demo and or live account. And by that point, it'll be 7:30 and we'll do Q&A and hopefully I can answer your questions. So with that, I will share something new that we're going over today. So 1 second. Okay, I need to update this title, freeforex.co. This is what we're going to cover today. So this is pretty exciting. Hopefully you've heard about it, but if you haven't, or if you have, I want to go over some important details. So Tradera's very first legend, David Luciaga, has created a system where we are able to share some free Tradera signals with our prospects, people that we want to join our Tradera team, our Tradera family. And we are able to partake in those signals as well. So I want to introduce freeforex.co, which was started completely by David Luciaga. He really does a lot for our company. So when you go to freeforex.co, this is the site that you'll see. This is the page that you'll see. So this quick little blurb here will be David actually speaking and introducing that these are free signals as part of our marketing for Tradera. And then when your prospect or you yourself, after you watch that, you can click on access the symbols, access the signals. 1 second.
I have this. It is wonderful, guys.
Okay.
It's a wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful, Tasha. I have it, and somebody already responded already.
Awesome.
The
That is
marketing
great to
team,
hear.
yes.
Yeah. So after you listen to it, you can click on access the signals and it will walk you through the steps to signing up and getting on the Telegram. So I want to show you what one of the signals looks like. So in the Telegram, it will say freeforex.co buying USD chef, and it's going to give you a price. We're going to come back to that because I'm going to tell you this one differs from the official Tradera trade alerts. And so there's a little different way that you have to take it. And I'll cover that last because I want to bring up TradingView and show you how to use this number. So just like the Tradera trade alerts, it's going to offer you multiple take profits and you will pick one for your trade. And here is your stop loss. So this is an example of what one of them will look like. Now, more exciting, I want to show you what the performance was for the ones from last week. So overall, of the 16 ones that were sent out in that Telegram, 15 were wins and only 1 loss. So that win to loss ratio is phenomenal. That's really, really good. And then even more exciting, look at the number of pips won. Now, the total pips won, you know, your results are going to vary depending on which TPs that you go to. So I'm assuming that those trades that hit TP3, obviously you'll get more pips, you know, had you chosen that one. But if you're more conservative and you go for TP1 or TP2, then you may not hit that high of a number. But it's just really exciting, that win to loss ratio and the number of pips possible. So on the right, and the Telegram group is Lit News, where these results are posted. But you can take a look from last week, all the specific trades that were called, whether they were a buy or sell. And which TP it hit. So, more conservative trader, you'll go for TP1, maybe TP2. If you're just all in, you don't mind the risk, you have a little bit more patience, then you may go for TP3. But I'm going to show you, we're going to transition over to TradingView now. And I'm going to show you something that can help you manage your trade a little bit better, because you may say, well, I'm more comfortable going with TP1 or TP2, but you may feel like you're missing out for those trades that actually hit. So I want to show you how to set an alert in TradingView, and that can actually help you to manage your trade a little bit as well. Differs from the one that Tradera actually have a price that you need to enter in, meaning the person who sent out this signal, if we're going for a buy, if price is yet. And so with that, let me move over to TradingView. Manage your entry so that you'll know when to come into the trade. So let me switch over to TradingView. And then I'll make sure that everyone is muted out. All right, so here we are in TradingView. This is where we come to chart our pairs. If a trade alert is sent out, your very first week or so or two, you may just simply go to MT4 and enter the trade. But after you get your feet wet, after you're feeling a little bit, more comfortable, then you may want to start some analysis before you jump into the trade. So in this case, you pull up TradingView. There's one spot here where you actually enter in the pair that you're interested in, and it'll come right up. Now, in this example, these are some support and resistance lines that are shown here. I'm going to get rid of those so that I can have a really clean chart and be able to show you what we want to talk about this evening. So what I want to introduce you to is setting an alert within TradingView. So if you recall, on that free Forex signal, it gave us a price where it wanted us to enter that buy. So let's say it was for AJ, odd JPY. And let's say that price right now, here is current price, 74.533 is moving up. Let's say that an alert came in and it said, we want you to enter at 74.600. Well, now you have a choice. You can periodically come back and kind of keep your eye on it. You can watch the chart, if you have that time available, or you can do what a lot of traders do, and that is create an alert. So I'm going to click here for a horizontal line, and I'm going to select it at 74,600 or 601. Okay, now when I right click, I get my finger, I right click, add alert on horizontal line. So the purpose of this alert is so that TradingView can notify me when price hits 74.601. How cool is that? How convenient is that? You can live your life, you can, run your errands, whatever you were doing, you can carry on knowing that you won't miss it when it's time for your entry. So take a look at what we can do. So we're on odd JPY. In this case, we want to know when price reaches that line. So you can do crossing or crossing up. Um, and the option that I've been taught is to use once the candle closes. So in this case, bar is the same as candle. Once it closes above that line, and look at these fancy options. It can notify you on the app. It's going to give like a beeping noise. You can show a pop-up. It can send you an email. And the one that I like, if you click on more actions, you can play a sound. Now, there are all sorts of alert sounds that you can show, and those sounds can be played once, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Please note, this is very annoying. Once is enough for me. And my favorite option is send an email to your text. And here is the message that it's going to say. So this is a game changer for traders, because now you can live your life, and it's not realistic that we can sit and, watch the charts all day. So I am super happy, and I'll just click create. And so now this little sort of alarm clock shows here on this line, and that lets me know that I have an alert set for this price point. So if you're beginning, you probably have the free account, so you are allowed one alert at a time. I have the paid account, which is about $14 a month, so I'm able to do or have multiple alerts at one time. But just starting out, if a signal comes in, go ahead and set that one alert on the free account, and you should be good. All right, so that's what I wanted to introduce to you all today. I want to keep the class kind of high level, as simple as possible. I know it's a lot of information. So the next time we revisit this, I'll go into even more details about the signals and setting alerts. But this was just to introduce you to that. All right, so for the next 10 minutes, let's speak to our first timers, our newbies, and help them set up their demo account. Note that all of this information, we record the whole class, and it's going to be posted on my YouTube site. In a few minutes, I will post that in the chat. But to save you from having to listen to the entire class, I normally will encapsulate the teaching part into 2 to 3 minute videos, and all of those will be posted on the site too. So don't worry if you missed something or you want to see something again, it'll all be there for you on the site. So 1 second, and I will share the first few steps for our beginners, or those who have not set up your demo account yet. Let's give my screen a chance to catch up. All right, so if you're new, while you're absorbing all this information and logging into your back office to jump into the education, go ahead when you're ready and let's set up your demo account. Your demo account is where you start so that you can practice. You can take actual trades, but in a safe, fun, neutral, free environment where you can just make as many mistakes as you want. You can play around and learn and not feel any pressure because it's not your real money. Now, when it's time for your live account, you're going to partner with a broker. Here is a list, not that Tradera recommends any one broker. This is just from the traders. These brokers have been vetted. We know that you can safely put your money in, you can get your money out. And for these classes, I chose Hugo's Way because I wanted to take the guesswork out. So you'll see lots of screen prints, and hopefully we'll answer all of your questions. So let's say you're doing a demo through Hugo's Way. So here's the site that you would go to, hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. And you're gonna just fill in your first and last name and a good email address that you can access. Choose 500 for your leverage and the smallest balance, which I think is going to be $1,000. Sometimes you'll see people online with demos that have $100,000 and $500,000, and that's fine for your practice. I prefer to use something that's just a little bit more realistic. When you do your live account, it may be $100, $150. So the 1,000 will work fine for now. So you click submit. Hugo's Way will send you a confirmation email. It will give you your demo account number and your trader password. Those values you will need to input into MetaTrader 4. And because they emailed it to you, if you ever need to retrieve it, you can just search for it in your email. So what we recommend, because there are some that who want to set up MetaTrader 4 on your computer. And at some point, we're going to do some classes for that. It's a bit more involved. But for now, go ahead and check your email on your MetaTrader 4, MT4 for short, right there on your phone. So you've set up your demo account, you use your phone to pull up this email, and with one click, you can download MetaTrader 4. And that's it for the first 2 steps. So the next step is to actually open up MT4 and connect it to this demo account that you just created. So let me share that slide deck with you. Here we go. So I'm going to go over the steps for both the iPhone and the Android. They have some differences. So let's start with the iPhone. So when you open up MT4, you're going to look in the bottom right and click on this settings or wheel icon. If you, this is what in the off today, up a that not at all.
I'm sorry, Tasha, you're breaking up.
Oh, sorry. So first option, MetaTrader 4 $1,000 and not associated with we went
Tasha, I think you can't. They can't hear you. I think it's breaking up.
let me try. The chat and my I'm going to type the is my now and 7 5 steps breaking up. Okay. All right, everyone, I'm using my computer now. How is the sound now? Give me a 7 in the chat if you can hear me okay. Okay, good, good. Okay, awesome. Technical difficulties there. All right, so connecting to your demo account. So with your iPhone, when you open it up, then you're going to click on the settings icon here in the bottom right corner. Then you're going to select new account. And then we're going to select this second option to log into your existing account because we've already created that demo account with Hugo's Way. Now you do have the option, the way it's taught in the back office, just to open a demo account right here with MetaTrader 4. You can bypass the broker step. It's going to give you a demo account of $100,000. I don't think you can change that. I chose the Hugo's Way route just to give you some practice with interacting with a broker because you're going to have to do that for your live account. So totally up to you. So let's say that you choose this second option to log into your Hugo's Way account. Now we need to choose the server. So every broker will have one for demo and one for live. Hugo's Way has several. So you're going to type in Hugo's Way and select -demo3. When you're ready for your live account, you would choose Real 3, and now they have a new Hugo's Way Live. So that's the only difference. Okay, so that will bring you to your login screen. So now you'll need that email, that confirmation email that Hugo's Way sent to you. And so that account number goes here in the login, and the trader password goes here for password. Don't use investor because then the trade button won't be shown to you. So that investor is sort of like a read-only password. So use your trader one. Make sure this save password is on so you don't have to type in those awkward characters anymore. Then click sign in. Now for the Droid, the Android, so it looks a little different. So to get things going, you're going to start with this icon in the upper left, those 3 white horizontal lines. Then you're going to click on Manage Account and then hit this white plus in the upper right-hand corner. When you do that, log into an existing account, type in Hugo's Way and select Demo 3. And then just like we did for the iPhone, type in that demo account number, password, make sure that save password is checked, and that's how you log in. Now, one more slide deck and we'll get to the Q&A. Now I'm going to show you how to take the Tradera trade alert. So normally I would do another deck called Understanding the Trade Alert, but for time's sake, I will explain the components at the same time that I show you how to take it. So now let's say that you have received a Tradera trade alert. There are 2 places to find those trade alerts. They are in your back office, as well as there's a Telegram. And if anyone has a question about how you get connected to that, we'll cover that in the Q&A. So if you don't see the pair listed here, then click on this blue cross, and then you're going to select FX crosses. It may also say Forex. It may also say FX group. And let's say we're looking for CAD JPY. Here it is. So I'll click on that green circle, select done, and then CAD JPY will show at the bottom of the list. You're going to hold down CAD JPY. And when you do, this pop-up menu will show. You're going to hit trade. Okay, now here to the right, this is an example of what the trade alert looks like. So we're placing a buy on CAD JPY. There's your stop loss. That's the price that will take you out of the trade when you're losing. This allows you to manage your risk. You always want to have a stop loss set for every trade. Okay, just make that be one of your steps. You're welcome, David. And Tradera will generally give you 3 take profits to choose from. So we talked about this earlier. You know, the safer, more conservative route is to choose take profit 1. Take profit 2 means you want bigger returns, more pips, maybe a little bit more risky. And take profit free is you want the maximum amount of winnings and you have the patience to wait for it. Okay. So stop loss goes here. You just literally put your finger on that stop loss and enter, edit that data. You choose one of your take profits and it goes there. Now, what we haven't talked about is this first number. So that 0.10 that you're seeing on the screen, that's your lot size. The lot size won't be given to you on the trade alert. That depends on the amount that you have in your account. So the industry standard is 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So if you start off your live account with $50 or $100, then you will take most trades at 0.01. So for these demo accounts that have $1,000, then you can use 0.10 for your lot size. So that's basically it. Lot size, stop loss, take profit. The last step is to press buy and you are in the trade. So to finish up, let's do the same steps for the Android. So again, if you don't see the pair that you want to trade, then you would enter that plus, click on that plus icon in the upper right. In this case, it says FX group. You don't want to select crypto. That's your Bitcoin pairs, all your different crypto pairs. Those are not beginner friendly. You don't want to choose indices. That's what Derek trades. I trade these a lot. They're not beginner friendly either. They pay very well. But yeah, FX group. And then hold down your pair and you're going to get a similar pop-up menu like you did for the iPhone, although it's going to say new order. It said trade for the iPhone, new order for the Android. And then the screen looks somewhat the same. The lot size is the same, but the Droid doesn't give us a label for stop loss or a label for take profit. So you just have to know that the bottom left black number, that's where you input your stop loss. The far right black number, that's where you enter your take profit. And then the last step, press buy and you are in the trade. Okay, well with that, you can unmute yourself if you have a question and I'll do my best to answer. I see Debbie Smith says one of my people is having an issue when she goes to MT4 on her Android, it will not go portrait, only landscape. Yeah, I've actually seen that with one of my team members' phones. I think that's going to be a setting on your phone. Let me see if I can find someone with a Droid who has solved that problem. I don't know right off because I have an iPhone, but that's an excellent question, Debbie. Remind me of that if on Thursday to see if I found the answer. How do you exit a trade alert? Well, the good news is once you set your TP and your stop loss, then that's going to do it. Once you hit your take profit, you are out of the trade. Unfortunately, that's because you've won the trade, right? On the other hand, if price doesn't go in your direction and it hits your stop loss, that's going to take you out of the trade as well. Now, let's say that your MetaTrader 4 is showing blue. Blue means you're winning. Red means you're losing. If you're in the blue and you're so excited and you say, you know what? I don't think I want to stay in all the way to my TP. I'm just going to pip and dip, as we say. I have my winnings. I'm going to get out of the trade. Then you can close that trade manually. All right. And I have a slide deck for that. I'll make sure that I post that on my YouTube site, how to close the trade manually. You're just going to hold it and you'll have an option to close it. All right. And feel free to speak if you guys want to ask your question as well.
Tasha.
Yes.
Yes. I'm coming from Jamaica. After you set this question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just going to put that question because for instance, I'm on the demo and I set I go on that little 0.01 there. I set my, what do you call that?
Your lot
Um,
size,
my lot size.
point zero
Some
one.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers there. I know that it is there. They said the red is for the sell and the blue is for the buy. But what I do, I want to go in. I know that I have to go through all the videos and all of that. Like how to take the trade because I did send you a text and you sent me the videos. How to take the trading alert. So you have to go through all those how to take a trading alert before you can start going on the demo to get to understand it.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it is to once an alert comes through on your phone, on your Telegram, you say, okay,
Yes.
let's input it into MT4. So you would look as we're showing here to know if you're buying or selling, and all you have to do is enter your stop loss. One take profit. I see that question in the chat. You can only choose one take profit per trade. You set your lot size and buy or sell. So those 4 steps: lot size, stop loss, take profit, and then buy or sell. That's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On the demo, when I go inside and for instance, I do like USD CAD
Uh-huh.
and I put my light size 0.01
Uh-huh.
and this stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
I want to understand how to set this stop loss because maybe because I don't go to that video that says you must understand to set this stop loss. Maybe that's why I'm because I don't go to that video as yet.
Yeah, it's
So maybe
called Understanding the Trade Alert. You can find that one on my YouTube site. Let me switch over to TradingView, and I think I can help you understand it. So
okay.
one second, new share. Let's go back to TradingView. Okay, so let me use some arrows. Let's say that I am entering here. Let me move it. My TP is here. This is for a buy.
Yes.
And so my stop loss may be here. So let me add some text so that this makes sense. So here is where here is my entry. Okay. In the middle one. This is a buy. So my take profit is up here. I'm gonna do TP for short. Now my stop loss is there to protect my account should the trade not go my way. SL stands for stop loss. So for a buy, we expect price to go up, right? But if something happens and the trade is not going my way and price is coming down, then this stop loss will take me out of the trade and protect me from losing any more money.
Okay.
That's why you want to have a stop loss set. And this is for a buy. Okay?
Okay.
So there's a question in the chat about how many trades you can do at a day. I'm going to mute you out 1 second. All right, so the number of trades that you can take at one time depends on your leverage. So I recommend the 500 for your demo as well as your live account. And so with that, you should be able to do multiple trades in a day, but it really depends on how big your account is, whether that's a demo or live. Your broker will set some constraints based on what your leverage is. And so I'm seeing another question in the chat. Anytime you get, yeah, 0.3 is appropriate for $3,000. If it says invalid trade, that normally means that for a buy, your take profit was not higher than your entry price and that your stop loss was not lower. That's when MetaTrader 4 will give you those issues. Now, if we are selling, let's say we get in here and let's say our TP is down here and that our stop loss is here. So let me type in. So this is our sell entry. Let's move that over some. So then now our sell stop loss is going to be higher than our price. And our sell TP is going to be lower than where we are now. So anytime you get invalid from MT4, it's normally because the numbers don't match up. And that brings us to another good point. If the trade alert comes in and you're 2 hours late, then a lot of times current price has moved from where it was 2 hours ago. And now price may be well above TP. So you can't just necessarily blindly enter those into MetaTrader 4 if you're taking the trade alert late. What we recommend is pull up TradingView, type in that pair, and TradingView will tell you what the current price is. Right now, JPY is at 74.513. So you need to make sure that the trade still makes sense. Make sure that your TP is, if you're going for a buy, is above the entry price. Make sure your stop loss is below. If it's 2 or 3 hours later, then just make sure that it's still a valid trade. The question in the chat is, how do you know where to set your stop loss? Well, right now we're talking about Tradera Trade Alert, so those stop losses are provided for you. Okay, I would strongly suggest Derek Conway's class, which is in about 15 minutes. He goes over TP and stop losses when you're trading on your own. His class is really good because it teaches you how to fish. That's right. Let me provide my YouTube channel.
Is it class?
Hi there.
Yes, what time is it class that you're just talking about?
It's in 15 minutes.
Okay, we have to go into the back office?
You do, and go to the left, you'll see live trading sessions, and you can click there. So let me, where is the link?
Tasha.
Yes.
Hi, Tasha. Hi. Are you going to go over how to set up an NT4, or you already did that?
Yeah, we did it, but it's going to be in a minute. I'm going to share.
Okay.
How to get to my YouTube.
Because I think that's what you need. That's what Jay need, right, Jay? You set up your MT4. Because I think that's what she needs. Because I know this look Greek to her for some reason. She just started the 2-week syllabus. So she's taking the 2-week syllabus and your class, which is very good because she can relate to things now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
better.
We did cover that. But as soon as I post the link to my channel, then she can go over everything in much more detail and at her own pace.
Awesome. You record everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, because real life is everyone can't, make it to the live. So okay, so now I have.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to post it in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so there my channel is posted, and you'll find the Forex Basics recordings of the entire class, and then you will find small 2 to 3 minute videos that will save you from having to listen to the entire class over again. All right, guys. Any other questions?
That's awesome.
Tasha,
Yes.
it's
Hold on.
you, Dawn.
Hey, Dawn, 1 second. Let me mute
Sure.
everyone else out. Okay, Dawn, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, good.
Very good. For the free Forex, does it still function when Tradera is down?
Second. You, Dawn?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you now. What about
Okay.
the free alert, the free Forex?
Does it function when Tradera is down?
Yeah, because the free Forex trade alerts or signals are coming in via Telegram. So and it's, the Tradera trade alerts, those are coming from Cody and Easton's trade team. David Luciaga is doing the free Forex, so there's not a connection. So yeah, as long as you're connected to that Telegram, then you can still get those.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And if I need help to sign up, I just text you.
Yeah, I can help you with that. He did a great job with the setup. So yeah,
Okay.
freeforex.com. There's some other premium signals, but I'll explain more about that either Thursday or next week. I just wanted to introduce it, make sure everyone was aware of those.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
All righty. Thank you
Sure.
so much.
You're welcome.
Tasha,
Yes.
is there a video that explains how you profit on a sell? Because I'm thinking, I'm using demo, but when I go live, I was confused with how you earn money when you are selling something you don't own.
Yeah, let me go back to TradingView and I can show you. Yeah, the great thing about trading Forex is we don't care if price is soaring or if price, is not, because we can make money either way. So 1 second. So looking back at AJ, odd JPY, because price is in an uptrend and we would be in a buy, we would enter here and here's our TP and here was our stop loss. Now, just to the left, we were in a bit of a dip. So if we were selling, once price in this case just about hit our stop loss, but in this case, you could have your TP here at the bottom to take advantage of price moving down. And so we profit either way. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So very different from crypto. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, well, with crypto, BTC, USD, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, USD, the chart looks the same and it's the same concept in terms of buying or selling. Now, in terms of investing, in terms of, when we on our job with our savings account with stocks, we really only want stocks to go up because that's our savings. Yeah, so trading is different than investments. With trading, we take advantage of it and make money both ways. And to answer the question in the chat, freeforex.co, it is free. There is a premium version, and I'll cover that probably more on Thursday. That one is $10 a month, and you get a few more signals. But yeah, you can absolutely do freeforex.co, which is free for you and your prospects. All right.
Tasha.
And for the person in the chat, scroll up a little bit and you'll see my YouTube channel, and all the recordings will be there, including tonight's, probably tomorrow. Okay, what's your question? I'm sorry.
Tasha.
Yes.
For instance, like the trading, can you trade like anytime? Like suppose you're going to your bed, like, and you set a trade, you set your trading and close it out. Can it work like that? And you set your stop loss and your take profit and you
Mhm.
close it out. Is that that can work? Is it possible for that?
For you to leave it open and just set your TP and yeah, and then you can just not even look at it anymore. It just depends
Okay.
on the yeah. Once you
Oh,
set your TP and stop loss, like say you did it
yes.
right before you go to bed, best case scenario,
Yes.
you wake up the next morning, the trade, you're either in blue or maybe you've hit TP and you've already won.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great when that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the advantage of having a TP and a stop loss. It's very dangerous to not have both of those set because looking at this AJ example, if I don't have my TP set, then price can hit it, but guess what? It can fall. And then I could come back and go back to my entry or hit my stop loss, all because I didn't tell MT4 when to take me out of the trade. So it's very important to have your TP set. You definitely want to have your stop loss set because if news triggers and price goes the other direction, there go your profits. All right. Any other questions?
Not another question. How long? Because I understand that sometimes you can make, quite a bit of money on the trading. You could like set it for a few days or so. Is it the same procedure, setting a stop loss and a take profit? And I know that at times how prices move it between support and resistance. So when you set your stop loss and your take profit and set it for a couple of days, how is that possible? How you do that? You have a part where you go inside on the tablet or your phone and you set that amount of time, like the days and so forth.
No. So here's the mystery of Forex. We don't know how long it's going to take for price to move. Sometimes a trade alert can come in and 20 minutes later it's hit TP1. Other times it may be 5 hours before it hits TP1. It's impossible to call in terms of the time limit. So sometimes your trade will close out, fairly quickly. Other times it may run for a full day. So there's no really real way to predict it. Now I see a question in the Telegram, a question in the chat about how to find the Telegram group for the trade alerts. So what you need to do is log into your back office, go to member support, which has all the FAQs. Now they've moved it. The Telegram alerts used to be right there on the first page. Now you have to go to page 3. And so you click next and you click next. Once you're on that third page, about halfway down you'll see a question, where do I get the Tradera trade alerts? Click on that and it's going to give you a link. Open up your browser, copy that link in, and you'll have the option to join that Tradera Trade Alert Telegram. It's super, super easy to do. And on my YouTube site, there is one video that shows you how to set an alert. So not only can you get the alerts on your phone, but you can tell your phone to give you a specific sound when an alert comes in. I call that my money tone.
Tasha.
Question, Tasha. Trade alerts. When you get a trade alert, is it for you to go into trading or it's giving a heads up to start trading, or what is it, the specification of the trade alert?
Yeah, so that's a really, really good question. So, and yes, for the person in the chat, free Forex, you will be directed to a Telegram group. So that's how those alerts are sent out. So for the Tradera trade alert, the easiest thing to tell you is as soon as you get the alert, take the trade, right? So as you get more and more comfortable, as you're studying in the back office, you want to do more and more analysis before you actually take the trade, right? So your first week or 2 or 3, you are in Tradera, you are probably getting the trade alert and putting it into MT4. Like that is your whole goal, right? Now, after you've come to some classes, you've gotten some knowledge, your next step is before you enter that trade, pull it up on TradingView and at least see if you can identify the trend. If it's an AJ, right now a buy would make sense because you're trending up, and you can start to do some analysis. You can say, here's my entry. My TP is up here. My stop loss is down here. What is my risk to reward? And there's a video on my YouTube site that explains how many pips will I get if I go for TP1, how many for TP2, how many for TP3, and what is my risk? How many pips are there between where price is now and where my stop loss is? That's your risk. So those are the questions that you want to ask as you kind of get more comfortable taking the trade alerts. And then here's a nugget for you. Let's say that we've talked about the way price moves, right? Price is either moving up in an uptrend, it's moving down in a downtrend, or it's moving sideways. Kind of, we call that consolidation, kind of the way it is here with this area here. What you can do, let's say that, Tradera gives you a buy alert and price is in consolidation and you're wondering, is price really going to go up there? Guess what you can do? You can set an alert when price reaches a certain direction. So if price is in consolidation and Tradera calls a trade alert, maybe you don't want to get into it right now. Maybe you say, well, if price goes up to here, then I will feel comfortable that we are in an uptrend and now I want to get into the trade. So set your alert and kind of, influence when you get into the trade. So the longer that you're here and the more that you learn, you'll use that to determine the best timing for you to get into the trade. When you're brand new, just take the trade alert right when it comes in. As you get more knowledgeable, you can start to ask yourself, do I want to get in now? Are the conditions ripe for a buy, or do I want to maybe set an alert to see if price goes in that direction? Then I can take the trade. That's the value of this alert here in TradingView. And you get one free alert, with the free account. So, if you want to do some homework, experiment with that.
Tasha, no, you gotta go. One more question. When they had the trade alert, someone asked me, is it always the Eastern time?
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm not able to,
when they come out, or is it always,
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I understand your question. So
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay.
So the time zone doesn't really matter if you're going to jump right in. The time zone doesn't matter. If I get a trade alert at 2 a.m., I'll do my analysis and I may get in. If I get it at 6 a.m. Eastern, the time zone doesn't matter because it's all about what is price doing on the chart, which doesn't depend on the time zone. So yeah, people ask that question a lot because, we're all over the world, but that's the beauty of Forex. You get to trade any time of day or night. Whatever schedule fits you, you can trade during that window of time that you have. So whenever you get the alert, go ahead and do your analysis and either jump right in or wait a bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, last question.
So I guess you don't have much time because I wanted to know, is there a link for our for opening a live account?
Yeah, I do have one on my YouTube site. It's for Hugo's Way. So if you want to do Hugo's Way, it'll walk you through every step.
Right. Okay.
Awesome. Well, guys, I will get this recording posted to the YouTube page by in the morning. Now, for those of us, we're going to jump over to Derek's call and get caught up there. And I'll talk to you all on Thursday. So thanks for coming. See you then. Good night.